What's up guys, my name's Max, this is 999 Laser and we're building a 700cc dirt bike in a mission to create the world's fastest two-stroke motocross machine. And thanks to our friends at Muck-Off who are sponsoring this entire series, you guys are joining us for the entire ride. Muck-Off have an awesome range of products to help clean, protect and lube your bikes. So say thank you to those guys for supporting our crazy ideas here on the channel by checking them out next time you need to stock up on your cleaning essentials. And remember guys, if you want to see bigger and better projects like this one in the future, be sure to drop this video a like, share it with all your two-stroke loving friends and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The story so far. After unsuccessfully searching for the mythical Mako 700 for years, we finally decided to pull the trigger on our own 700cc dirt bike build. The first stage was to find a motor for our monster. So we journeyed all the way to Newcastle to see a man who had 700cc's of fun for sale. And what a beauty she was. So we paid that man some money and we walked away with our own 700cc two-stroke engine. We couldn't believe it. Project 700 had begun. And now it continues. Right, day 2 of the trip, the mission to build our own 700cc two-stroke, and today's mission is to go and find a rolling chassis. We've done our research and we reckon that a Husaberg, an old Husaberg frame chassis is the way to go to try and fit this engine into a dirt bike. So we're off to Preston. We go to Preston to pretty much Mr. Husaberg in the UK, I think. He's got a whole load of stuff, so we're going to try and find the right chassis for us, and hopefully he'll have the wheels and everything we need. So basically a full rolling chassis to then take to Chris, our bike builder, to really start this project in earnest. So, kick it, let's go. Preston, here we come. Dave?
How you doing? You alright?
50-50 then.
Can I tell you what we're doing?
For that?
Yeah.
For that, yeah.
So, yeah, we're making a bit of a documentary on the bike build we're doing. Which is
The beast, the Berg. It's not as beefy as I thought it was going to be. So, this is it. This is our rolling chassis for the project. Obviously, we've gone for the Husaberg because it is configured for the left-sided kickstart, and obviously the chain and sprocket is on the right side for us. So that's why we've chosen to go with this bike. And the guys here, we're here at Dave Clark Racing today, the main men for Husaberg in the UK. They reckon the engine's going to go in pretty easy. So we'll take a look around the bike, make sure it's all sorted for exactly what we need, but it's looking good, eh? In a former life, this thing was a 2001 Husaberg FE650, which was the Enduro model. So technically we could get this thing road registered. But obviously MX is our main focus with this build, so Dave and the boys hooked us up with the motocross plastics.
What's your plans with it?
we'll show you.
Well, yeah, we'll show you. So we've been looking for this for ages, but we found a 700cc sidecar engine, two-stroke.
Is it a Zybel?
That's it's a Mega. So Zybel are the Belgian, and the other brand that they use is a Mega, which is Austrian.
Oh yeah, yeah.
700cc two-stroke.
Yeah, yeah.
Zabel, is it?
That's what
No.
I said. No, it's a mega.
It's a mega. It's from Austria.
Yeah, very similar, yeah.
So yeah, the sidecar guys use either Zabel or one of those.
Yeah.
Dave, you saying on the phone that there's someone still makes plastics? That's the hardest thing. Trying to make it look pretty once it's done.
Yeah. They make the carbon fibre ones.
I had a look at the forum. I could see people talking about it, but I couldn't see the contact details
yeah.
for the bloke.
I'll find out because we've got a bike with some on.
Let's have a look.
Hey, wait a minute.
So this is the engine that came out of it.
Engine out of it.
Let me have a look. Yeah. I reckon there's not much difference. You know, that might be heavier.
That, I think that'll be heavier because you've got all cams and
Yeah.
chains and, you know, all that stuff that you don't have in a two-stroke, do you?
Do you reckon size-wise as well? Ours is bigger, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is
There's
taller,
that's taller, yeah, but ours is
fatter.
fatter on the top. Yeah,
This is
definitely the
tallness.
heads.
That's when you get a problem
You
with the
want
tank.
it to be short so you can go through the exhaust through that
Yeah, exactly.
frame that's good on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's-
Yeah, it is up there. There's actually more space under there than you think, isn't there?
yeah.
It's not very high tall, that engine, is it, you see?
Dan, you got all that space there, don't you?
Yeah.
That you don't see.
I bet your exhaust port pokes through that. Yeah. It's not very tall, is it?
Now, if you don't know much about Husaberg, this strange little Swedish brand, they do actually have quite an interesting story, which again could make quite an interesting video on its own. Husaberg was born when the Swedish-based Husqvarna brand was purchased by the Italian-based Cagiva in 1987. To simplify things, basically a core group of Husqvarna engineers didn't really fancy the move to Italy. So they took their designs and they took their ideas and instead created Husaberg. Interestingly, the name Husaberg has nothing to do with the Husky connection. One of the founders had to come up with a brand name when he entered a local enduro race, and he just named his bike after the closest village. And that's where Husaberg came from. KTM actually purchased Husaberg in 1995, but the team were allowed to crack on in Sweden and they became known as the Four-Stroke Force. And they regularly experimented with some pretty unorthodox ideas like left-sided kickstart and right-sided drivetrains. When KTM bought Husqvarna from BMW in 2013, it was decided that the Husaberg name would be laid to rest in favour of the more famous Husqvarna brand. And so that completed Husaberg's full circle. Here we are then, the beast, front brake sharp. She's a beauty. Right, there we go then, stage 2 complete. I think it's safe to say if you want any Husaberg knowledge, come to see Dave at Dave Clark Racing. Dave knows everything, so these are actually really good guys to know for this project, aren't they? Because if we need any parts, any bits, any advice or help, Dave and his team know everything there is to know about the Husaberg bikes, so really handy to know these guys. And yeah, on to stage 3, which is taking the rolling chassis. Shush, is that you or me? Taking a rolling chassis and the motor over to Chris Thorpe's, which is probably about an hour and a half from here, so he can have a look and start to think of how he's going to squeeze this engine into this bike, and the build will start. It's that way. So the Berg is ours. We picked up this rolling chassis from Dave Clark Racing, and I'd say she's a beauty. I don't want to lie to you guys, she certainly needs some TLC. But this frame is perfect for our project, it's exactly what we need. As I've already mentioned, the 650 FE was configured for a left-sided kickstart and a right-sided drivetrain. And of course the 650 motor was a big beefy 4-stroke engine, so they needed lots of space within the frame. So hopefully, fingers crossed and all that, our massive 700cc engine will fit in there nicely. How that's going to happen exactly is all down to our mad hat bike builder, Chris Thorpe. He's the guy that builds the Raven bikes, and you might know him if you've seen any of these videos. The next stop on our whirlwind trip is to see Chris and show him what madness I've got him into. We've got something for you.
So what you got for me, boys?
Right, I'll get it out. You ready? It's a beauty, mate. Look at that. Mean machine.
Girl, eh? Oh, look
And this is the beast.
Oh, look at that for a piston.
Yeah.
Wow.
We
I
had-
didn't realise how big it is.
We had
yeah.
when we had it in the studio this week, we got
Wow.
the barrel from a YZ125 and just kind of put it next to it and thought, Jesus Christ, what are we doing?
Wow, that is huge, isn't it? You don't realise, do you? That's the first time I've seen one in the flesh. So what sort of horsepower are you thinking it's going to push?
Guy reckons it was about 86, 87.
Right, okay.
The guy we got it off
Yeah.
reckons it can put out that.
So we're putting that in the deck chair basically, aren't we?
Yeah,
so
pretty
it's going
much.
to go pretty quick, isn't it?
So we'll definitely get it on the dyno.
Yeah.
Like I say, she's not the prettiest at the moment.
We'll make it work, don't worry.
The thing that we've been looking into this week that we've been struggling with actually is trying to find the plastics.
Yeah.
Because obviously blue and yellow looks a bit sickly to me. I think
Yeah.
we got to go black.
I think we go black sand finish frame, black sand finish yokes, alright? And then go from there, whatever you decide on the rest of it really.
Pretty tall actually.
Yeah, you ain't got to weight the motor in it, have you?
I got the weight of my fat ass though.
True. It's quite considerable.
Yeah, it's cool look.
Yeah. It's all blue stuff, yeah.
Chris just said he needs some time alone with it. I'm not sure what that means, if his missus is going to be happy about that. But I can see the kind of like, the numbers, do you know, like Rain Man or something? The numbers coming, Chris is looking at it and the numbers are coming up and he's like, yeah.
You don't realise how big it is until you see it, do you?
No.
Put your hand on the top of the engine, you're like, that's a big engine.
Yeah. I can just see that, I can just hear the cogs whirring, Chris. You're looking at it thinking, yeah, we can do this, this, and this. He's like in his element as soon as we got here. He's like, yes.
But yeah, it'll be exciting. I think it's going to go pretty good, isn't it?
That's the plan.
I'm looking forward to seeing you on it. I'll get it
Hanging off
started
the back of it, I think.
like an Ewok on a speeder.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's going to be like. You see my legs will be back there, so
Yeah, I reckon we'll get it running and just get you on it. You might need a couple of
take it
stiff
up
drinks
field.
down here before you jump on it.
and I think afterwards more. So after today then you're just going to
You're going to strip
sit
it down.
and mull over it for a bit and
Strip it down.
strip it down.
I'll
share
dribble
it.
over your engine for a bit.
Yeah.
Decide if I need one of those for myself. certainly looks business.
Right, let us know.
Legend, Chris. We'll
See you next time, boys.
see you next time, yeah.
Take
A
care.
few weeks time, hopefully.
Yeah. All right.
Right, we'll get on it. Cheers, mate.
I'll let you know.
All right, catch you later.
Take care.
You too, mate.
Yeah.
Right, so that's our day pretty much complete. Chassis, rolling chassis and engine dropped off with Chris Thorpe, our Mad Hat bike builder. He's now got before him the challenge of working out how to fit this jigsaw puzzle together. As he said in the video just now, he's gonna get the bike out, sit it on the bench, the engine, chassis, work out what it needs to do, and then go from there. So we'll be hearing from Chris again in a few weeks' time, hopefully. We'll come up and see how he's getting on, how the progression's coming, and yeah, exciting times. Project 700 is well and truly underway. We've been talking about it for years, and now it's happening. I can't quite believe it, can you?
No.
This all happened. You found that engine probably,
Last Sunday.
literally, was it last Sunday, last Saturday?
Yeah.
Last Sunday, found that engine, and then we decided to pull the trigger on it. Picked up Tuesday, today's Saturday, so in like less than 6 days, it's gone from a crazy dream that we never thought would happen to reality. So I'm excited to see how it turns out. A long road ahead of us, but it's going to be a fun one. So make sure you keep up to date with all the videos to see how Project 700 comes along in the next few weeks and months. So Project 700 is well and truly underway. And as I've mentioned before, this is by far the most ambitious project we've ever attempted here on this channel. So if you want to support us, be sure to like this video, share it with all your two-stroke loving friends, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And also check out our awesome sponsors Muck Off and let them know that you appreciate their support of our crazy ideas. Next time on Project 700. We travel back up to see Chris to see how the build is coming along, and we might just get to kick the old girl into life for the very first time. And maybe, just maybe, we might also get the first test ride. As you guys know, I've got big plans with this bike, but she needs a name. We'll be christening her in the next episode, so make sure you send in your suggestions in the comments down below. I've got a name that I really like, but I'm interested to see what you guys can come up with before the next episode, where we'll be revealing the official name of our 700cc monster. And finally, if you or anyone you know might want to help out on the project and help us turn this machine into the most badass bike on YouTube, be sure to drop me a DM on Instagram at 1MinuteMoto. Until then guys, I've been Max, this has been 999 Laser. Remember to like, share and subscribe. I'll see you at the track.